But I have a desire to just like post videos like this, because I notice my videos are doing better when I have filmed videos of the pizza like this, and I can mute out the video. You know what I'm saying? I can mute out the audio and put my own
talk over it,
and the audio is so crisp. By the way, I think the way you can take out the background noise is it depends on whether you're using cinematic or just video to record your video. Does that make sense? Because I use cinematic. Do you use video?
I think I just use video. Well, because I don't get to choose.
No?
Yeah, that's not how video recording, screen recording works. So I'm recording my screen.
That's so cool. So you don't have background noise problems or something?
I definitely sometimes do, though.
Well, I'll get to the bottom of it. Because I want to have a faceless channel too, Nico. You're going to make a lot. You can make like $10,000 a month easy. Without having to wash your ass. I am the talent. If I'm sick, that's a problem. Does that make sense? If I'm screaming and I can't perform, like I'm going to have to start drinking tea and I can't yell anymore. Because then I can't perform. I can't talk. You know? I got a lot of advice of like, you're too busy to be. And I was like, you're so right. You're talking that talk. You're too busy. I was talking about the filming and I was like, they're like, go be creative. Arguments will come and go. It's just what you focus on. That was the wise thing that my friend Sabrina told me to this morning. She was like, arguments will always come. And they will always go. It's just what you hold on to. I was like, that is true. Because sometimes it's so interesting, the things that stick to you. Oh, it's always you know when you put your hand in a bowl and pull out a name or something? It's always so random. Like I could say a million words. It's always interesting to me, the things that stick to you. I like it's just interesting. And touche, I'm sure, you know? Like, hi, my name is Renzo. Like, just so randomest thing, or your little sayings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're ready to go?
Yeah.
Give me one more minute. But I want to have like a channel where I can just do stuff like this. Like, because people like this stuff. The videos I'm doing, that's how Spanish people say it. The videos I'm doing this on, it's like better retention. YWAM. What happens in YWAM is, and if you didn't get the part one, I posted a part one and it's live now, so go watch the part one and then hop back here so you know where I'm coming from. Where we ended off last time was, it's infested in roaches. The place is infested in roaches, okay? And this is a college that's for missionaries. And it's a Bible college. So there's a whole lot of like holier than thou ishness going on, which go there for yourself. Excuse me. Go there for your education and to help and do for others, but do not be of the world. They're of the world. You're just going to a place where there's a lot of very attractive people who want to give back for a multitude of reasons. Maybe it's personal, maybe it's selfish, maybe it's a duty to call. My sister lives there, so she's been living in Hawaii for years, for almost 10 years now. It's incredible to be able to say that. She's been going to Hawaii, been going to the college YWAM and in Hawaii. She did her DTS years ago, and she's been telling me to come for a long time, but I didn't want to. The things that I would read about it were particularly interesting, not to include the dangerous situations that my sister had been in, which we will talk about later. And this is not an all hate. I just want to make that clear. This is not I dislike them because I'm black, or there's not a lot of black people there, which there aren't, but that's kind of what it is to be me, you know. So to learn about me, just follow along. So subscribe and follow along for more. I'm gonna take another bite. So when you go to Hawaii, it's very beautiful. You have to understand, they take advantage of that, because my first complaint was the cleanliness. My second complaint, no structure. You go to college to learn things. You go to college for, I need a napkin. You go to college because you want to further your education. I should have put the Parmesan cheese on. I forgot my parm. You want to further your education when you go to college, which I've said 3 times now. They didn't have a lot of structure. So when you go to the big island in Hawaii, so there's a lot of islands. You're not going to a city. You're going to like a small town, rural area. Nothing wrong with that. Just letting you know, so you're not in the idea that you're going somewhere where there's going to be a whole lot. DTS Hawaii, YWAM in Hawaii is the big thing there. They hate them, which is a whole nother story in and of itself. And it's partly to do with my story time. So I have a huge ick, and it is really that they have no structure. There's a huge, it's called the Ironman marathon, triathlon, swimming. They're swimming in the ocean. And running in the desert, it's really a sight. It's something I'll never forget seeing in all my life, because it's so small there. You're all on top of each other, literally. There's not a whole lot of space for all those people on the island, and there's just so many more. There's an influx in population when the Ironman happens in YWAM. So they kind of quote the schooling as like, "Oh, we're gonna help with the Ironman. We're missionaries, right?" And it's like, okay, cool. That sounds fun. You know, you're in Hawaii, and there's all of this going on. People selling things. It's terrific. It's really a sight for sore eyes. If you don't know, you should look it up. And you see, like the person who wins gets $100,000 in like a sponsorship to Red Bull, for an example. So we're helping the bikers, doing their thing. And we really want you to be there, which is fine. You're in college, so you get to really do whatever you want. But obviously you want to be a part of things because that's what you came for, right? Back to my sister. She's been going there for 10 years, so I have a better understanding of what's going on. And if you didn't watch my video before, I had come 2 weeks earlier to visit my sister and enjoy the time, to enjoy myself in Hawaii. It's a 6-month schooling. 3 months in Hawaii, in Kona, doing the DTS, 3 months studying abroad, wherever they have you go for whatever personal reasons, health reasons, desires. They ask you where you want to go, you know, and you spend 3 months there in Hawaii, 3 months elsewhere, which I'm sure you're aware of if you go. And if you want to know where you go for your DTS and for your missions, you go where they pick. You don't get a pick, you get to say, and I think that's just a cute suggestion that they throw in, because you do pay a ridiculous amount of money to do the schooling. Not to include the travel, living there, not working. They really emphasize on you not having a job there, which I didn't appreciate, because at the time, I did my DTS in Hawaii. I'm fighting the fight this whole time. I did my DTS in 2023. And I'm gonna get my 7th slice. And you know what? I had a lot of people in mind, and like I've stated before, they were not nice, which is fine, you know, it's par for the course. She was there, and I had a lot of insight on just a lot of things in the school, and what I saw, it was pretty cool. Everyone's really corny and cheesy, and that's fine because they're trying to be positive, and I'll take it. You know what I mean? And I'll take that opposed to somebody being the opposite, right? I'm just like adjusting myself, excuse me. there was no structure, and it just kind of seemed like they were going off the hip because everybody who is your teacher, and this is a really big thing I want to drive home, they like hire in a missionary, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I love missionaries. I grew up as a missionary. If you did not know my story, just watch some. I'm going to tell you my stories and watch some videos in the past. Excuse me. I grew up as a missionary, so I have no negative ideas or ideological problems with missionaries. Obviously, I'm there to do missions, so I'm trying to just help you understand. I didn't go there looking for a problem. The ones that I did find, you'll just have to follow along and see. Because the problem really was, as I said, there's no structure, and they really try to big themselves up, but really what they're bigging up is the island. You know, like, the island was the experience. They were not, you know, they didn't have a lot going on. So they try to make something happen every single day, every single week, and they just keep telling you something big's gonna happen. You're gonna go on, it's gonna be amazing. It's just gonna be fabulous, you know? The food is bad. And in Hawaii, everything, like, for 5 bags or for 4 bags of family-sized chips, that's $50. And I went to Hawaii, I had my tuition paid, which is a story time that I talked about on the last video, on the part 1. And I had about $900 just for food money, because you already pay for cash, just cash budgeted just for extra food money, which my dorm and I went to Costco in Hawaii, and the Costco in Hawaii. I'm always talking about the Costco in Miami because that's where I am. And we got hella food. It was awesome. Let me take another bite. I am so full, I'm not gonna lie. Let me get a thumbnail. I can't do it, I'm so full. Okay. So, it's like, it's fun. It's just like, they try to make something happen every single day, and there's nothing happening. It's kind of like you're enjoying yourself on the beach. All they're doing the whole time is trying to make you, my chest, my fat. I'm losing this, just so you know, mid-roll. I'm going to be doing a push-up challenge for you guys, so just follow along for that. Anyways, they are the whole time what they're trying to do is stop you from being around the opposite sex. We are adults, and there's ages from, there are some old Asians there, God bless them, Pam, shout out to Pam. There were the people of all sorts of ages, great grandmas, all types, so they're just trying to make us not hunch on each other, and the problem with that is all they did the whole time. So there's your DTS. You're not allowed to date. They emphasize on that. And just stay away from each other. And they go the extra mile. And it's like, okay, like, it's cool. Like, I understand it, but we're grown people. If I want to date, I'll date who I want. Like, and let's just move on from that. Like, come on, like, stop. You know, like, nobody's trying to date anybody. Like, we're just, I'll speak for myself. They go so hard with it. It's like, am I allowed to do me at the end of the day? The preacher we had met his wife there while they're preaching to us, but they're like, we met it. It's like, all right, I'm 24. I don't need you to tell me who I can be with. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get into what the curriculum is supposed to be here for us to go to Zimbabwe and do God knows what? I have a cousin who was there, and she ate a rat. And I'm not going to say her name, but she is in Hawaii, and she did a DTS in Hawaii. I hung out with her in Hawaii. I remember her from, I remember that she went to a DTS. I just didn't know where. So she told me that she went to Africa, and she ended up eating a rat that the people had collected, and she almost died and had to come back. Like, where were the people that were supposed to protect her, excuse me. And she's a young lady, an adult at that, you know. And I just want to emphasize on this. They let you know if you can either go on, how do they say? It's like a really advanced DTS, or you can go on a normal DTS, which is what you will most likely be going into, but you can further your education, which I know plenty of people who have. And YWAM's the type of place they really encourage you to go to other countries. Segue. There's just so much to say. They encourage you to go to other countries and push a religion that the other countries don't want there. I just respect others' right. I respect other countries' laws. You know, there's a lot of people there who brag about being kicked out of China, like my sister's friends who I've met, I've spoken to, I've eaten with. I've talked to them like I'm talking to you. Like, we're talking to each other. Like, for real. Like, and they would brag about going to China and sharing the word with people and getting kicked out of their country. And I have a respect for that in some way, but the amount that happened, and I understand that there's a lot going on there. I may actually be able to say I don't understand even the half of it, but I just think that there should be some respect, and there is none. They just evade and push their way through and force your stuff down their throat, force your religion down their throat. And it's like, I understand if they want that and if they welcome you. There's plenty of people that welcome. If you go to Papua New Guinea on your DTS, they welcome you. They want you there. They want the medical. They stop their, can I say, they stop eating other people when you arrive on your ship, because you can go to ships in YWAM and you arrive on ships and it's a medical journey and you go and help people extensively, and you would think, oh yeah, maybe I'm not equipped for that. You are. They're good. Well, I mean, you're gonna learn on the job. They have no problems pushing you out there and seeing if you sink or swim. And my sister, she had an experience where she was in Haiti doing a DTS, and she had to get flown up by a helicopter because a war had broken out in Haiti. This was maybe, let me think, she was 19, I was 18, you know what I'm saying? And now she's 28, I'm 27. So do the math there. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't appreciate that in the harm's way that she was in when she was there. I've heard a lot about, and I won't say who, what, when, where, or why, because I know plenty of people here, so this is kind of like an expose. Not that I'm not trying to expose anybody, I just want you to have a clear understanding of what's going on, because I looked up these videos. I did not find anybody talking about YWAM's DTS and what was going on. Let me finish my mukbang. I'm eating Costco's pizza. And my Costco's pizza is delicious. I got it at Miami's Costco. This is a little mid-roll for you guys while I talk about YWAM's DTS experience. But I want to show you what Costco's pizza was like. I have eaten a bite into it. It's a very big slice, and it's delicious. I'm not going to lie. I really do avoid this, and I'll go for a crunchy salad as you usually see. But watch. I'll do this because I care. But these flies, they're really like, they're taking me off of my pizzas. So just let me give you guys one more cheese pull if you just entered. No cheese. Not a good cheese pull, but nice big pizza.